Everybody, it's Randall back with another video. So, today we're going to talk about statues. Yes, those things that you see that tourists gawk at, pigeons poop on, and basically are there to highlight various historical figures. Or sometimes it's not a figure, sometimes there can be something there to say, on this spot is where the Erie Canal once was. On this spot, this is where Lincoln did the Gettysburg Address. And there's been a movement over the past several years to tear down some of the Confederate statues, which I wholly agree with. More on that in a second. One that's a little bit more personal to me, mainly because I am Italian, is there's a movement now to get rid of the Columbus statues, and I wholeheartedly agree with this. I think this is one of the greatest movements this country has ever seen. I look forward to the day we no longer celebrate Columbus Day. Now, I know you're probably wondering, well, why are those your feelings? Well, you're taught in school Columbus sailed the ocean blue in 1492, but they don't teach you what he did. They don't teach the fact he was a murderous pirate. They don't teach the fact that he willingly let his men have sex with girls as young as 12 years old. They don't tell the part where he would just order people murdered. In fact, he would even had no qualms about killing members of his own crew if they pissed him off. He was a very evil, evil man who never landed in this country. He didn't discover this country. That's the other thing. We're taught that he discovered America. No. No, 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 no. You see, Viking tradesmen were coming here about 500 years before Columbus ever stepped foot here. They were basically landing in what is now Newfoundland, Canada. All right, so Columbus never stepped foot in America, yet he gets credit for discovering America, and I think that is just... It is just the best example I can think of that line from Liberty Valance when they say, when legend becomes fact, print the legend. And that's essentially what we did with Columbus there. We printed the legend. And I look forward to the day that those statues are all gone. In fact, as far as I'm concerned, you can take down every Christopher Columbus statue and you can drop it into the bottom of the sea. Let the fishies swim around it. As long I got no qualms about getting rid of the Columbus statues. In fact, I applaud people that have started that movement. Now, I want to touch very briefly on the whole movement to get rid of the Confederate statues. Once again, I applaud this movement. Now, I can sort of see their argument, oh, this is our heritage. So, okay, that's your heritage. Your heritage is that you went to war against the country you claim to have once loved so that you could own people. I'm talking literally own them as property. That's what you say when you say that these statues, that the Confederate flag is part of our heritage. You are openly telling people that your heritage was to fight for the right to own another human being as if they were property. You know, that's the thing that they're really saying. They may not realize it. It may be the fact that they've been ingrained to think that way. But each one of those men who has a statue in his honor down south, each one of those men fought for the right to own human beings as property. You know, I've seen the picture of the guy with a sign. He's got the Confederate flag in another hand, and he's got the flag of the United States, and it says, you know, yeah, if you don't like this country, leave it. Well, dude, you're flying the flag of people who didn't like the country, so they left it, or at least tried to. I've got no problem with these statues being removed. Just because we remove these statues does not mean we're erasing history. Let's get that false notion out of the way right away. Now, it is bad enough that we don't teach history properly to our youth. In fact, my theory is that from kindergarten to 12th grade, history is taught this way. It's 48% myth, 48% BS, which leaves 4% actual fact. So only 4% that you learn in those 12 years is actually true about this country. Once you get to college, once you start reading books, then you realize the true history of America. Confederate statues represent a country that went to war against the United States. Confederate statues represent a dark period in this country. Confederate statues are a monument to the time where this country was almost torn asunder. You can have your heritage, you can have your history, and you can have it without having a statue. It's as simple as that. That's all. Have a good day and a better tomorrow.